So, you know, a little inventory management. A little inventory management never hurt anybody. So we took that, or rather we took care of that, and now I'm heading over to glass to see how this is all doing, I guess. Okay, that's full up. So take a stack of glass. Not sure what for. I think at this point, yeah, we just completely wide open. Let the stone flow. And do I do the same for glass? Not completely wide open, but we had another row of storage for glass. Not a bad idea. And then prisms are completely backed up, obviously, so let's go ahead and open that up to, what, like a row? Yeah. So we double the storage capacity on that. Because they don't get made that quickly, but I mean, they also really don't get demanded that quickly. At least not with what I currently have. And yeah, and there's my thermal power plant that I couldn't figure out how to throw out of my inventory, so I just threw it on the ground. I was like, to hell with it. Let's just put it down and never connect it to anything, never feed it any fuel. To hell with it. It can sit there derelict for all of time, for all I care. Nice. We have quite a few plasma exciters built up now, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I don't remember. I mean, I think I only really use them for the oil refineries and the oil extractors. So I mean, they're probably just gonna sit there for a long time. I think they are used later in like maybe particle containers or something like that, but I honestly don't remember. It's actually been quite a while since I played this game. It's been, 5 days now since I played. Maybe even a full week almost. I really want to get back to playing it, but I have so much footage I have to go through. I can't play this and record more. And I don't want to skip stuff. Although I have been considering, as of this point in time, I have been considering starting up a second playthrough. And I might have mentioned this earlier in post commentary. I'm thinking about doing a second playthrough where I start a new system that has infinite resources. Partially just to see what infinite resources look like. I don't know. I assume it's basically like this, only the veins just don't deplete. I have no idea why I'm looking at this right now. No idea. But I'm thinking about making a playthrough with infinite resources just so that I could, like, test out a lot of different ideas and things that I believe I understand how these game mechanics work, but in other cases I'm not really entirely sure. Oh, maybe I'm looking for a guide for something specific that hasn't really popped up yet. That might be what I'm doing. But yeah, like one of the things I would like to do is I would like to start up a thing with infinite resources just so I can play around with Dyson spheres and orbits and figuring out all of that stuff. Like, I don't know the ins and outs of exactly how that works. There have been several people who have been trying to help Thranks in his streams, and I've been there at those streams, and I've kind of been watching what he's doing, what his ideas and thoughts are, what things that the people who have, you know, they've been on like their third or fourth or fifth playthrough or whatever, put several hundred hours into the game already, what they think. And I've listened to all of those ideas, and a lot of them, they make sense, they're plausible, but at the same time, until I actually get in the game and really play with all of the different things and try different things out, I'm not really gonna know what to believe. It's really hard, especially with an early access game like this, where, you know, those people, they're really knowledgeable, I'm sure, but maybe most of their Dyson Sphere experience was from like 100 hours ago, which might have been like a month ago, right? And a month ago, the mechanics might have worked slightly differently. They might have made some balance changes by this point in time. You never know with it being in early access. Okay, so now I take the titanium ore, and I think we're gonna smelt those into ingots after these bricks are done. Or maybe I might even cancel the bricks. My nose, itchy. And then we're going to go ahead and use those titanium ingots to make some hydrogen fuel cells, and those are what I'm going to use for fuel when I start heading off to the other planets that are in the system. Because yeah, I'm looking at energetic graphite. It's got 6.75 megajoules of energy with 50% fuel chamber generation, but the hydrogen is 54 megajoules with 200% just generation. So it recharges a lot faster, and one hydrogen fuel rod has a whole lot more than a single energetic graphite. Like almost, I would say it's very nearly like 10 energetic graphite being equal to one hydrogen fuel rod. It's not quite that extreme. It's more like, probably more like 8 energetic graphite to one hydrogen fuel rod. But yeah, you can store a stack of 20 hydrogen fuel rods, whereas energetic graphene only stacks up to 100. And again, the recharge rate is one of the bigger issues as well, which you'll see once we actually go up into space, which won't be in this recording session. There's about an hour-ish, a little bit over an hour in this recording session. But in the, I believe I start off the next recording session, which will be like 3 or 4 episodes from now. I believe I start that off by heading off to the molten planet, the lava planet that's in our system. Because I need to go there for titanium, and I need to go there for silicon. And plastic has been stacking up nicely, very, very good. I can see that a lot of those bottom level storage buildings are completely full up now, and they're starting to fill up the top buildings. Very, very good. There we go, structure matrices. One of the 5 source codes to keep the center brain simulating. And that is necessary for a lot of the mid-game research, and even some of the, well, I mean, it's going to be needed for mid-game on, really. I would say the mid-game kind of starts when you start needing, not when you can, but when you absolutely need to head to other planets to get resources that aren't on your starting planet. I would say that's kind of the start of mid-game. And I'm not really sure when endgame actually starts, when I would consider that. Okay, so here we go ahead and upgrade these stone sorters, because again, it's pulling from way further away than the other two. Oh, and I actually upgrade the oil lines as well. But yeah, it's just pulling from so far away, it's like, I don't want that to be limiting my acid production. And I don't know if I upgrade any other sorters around here. I might. I'm not entirely sure, but I might. So we're checking out the energetic graphite, how that's doing. It's doing all right, yeah. If I didn't have a second miner getting coal, that honestly one miner wouldn't be able to supply all of those smelters. But yeah, thankfully I went ahead and made 2, so that's providing more than enough coal for the energetic graphite production. So now I head over, and I believe we are checking on the energetic turbines, or the electromagnetic turbines. So yeah, we've got a good number of those, so I can go ahead and start making level 2 belts, which is another thing that I queue up here. I've got a lot of things queued up in my inventory to be made, but you know, they're taking a while. I made a lot of stone bricks for foundations. Honestly, I should probably automate that at some point. There's a good amount of stone that I'll probably never use on this planet. I could go ahead and automate foundations, but I just haven't bothered yet. So let's see here. We got about 17 minutes left for my post commentary. Yep, the iron veins are definitely depleting there. Absolutely, they are depleting. Very soon they shall be gone, and then I can get rid of that. So we're just kind of overviewing a lot of production there, and a lot of things there. Things are mostly going okay. Oh, okay. I'm looking at the faster assembler, right? That's a good thing to have. And right now I'm just using red research, the energy matrices, to unlock the what's that, reinforced thrusters, I think that is. I want to say that's what research that is. So, how is my research doing? Blue is stacked up nicely because we're not using it right now. And red, red's kind of in a holding pattern right now, yeah. I kind of feel like I wanna upgrade that research speed. That's a little slow. Kind of driving me insane. I do know I need that miniature particle collider, but of course I need the yellow research for it. We will get to that eventually, but okay, yeah. So I grab the EM or the matrix labs rather, and I throw down one right there, and we select yellow, and we're like, okay, so what do we need? We need titanium crystals and diamonds. Diamonds are just energetic graphite. That's pretty easy. It's a 1-to-1. Only takes 2 seconds to make them. Real quick and simple. Titanium crystals, on the other hand, organic crystals and titanium ingots. That's just a wee bit more difficult, considering there is no titanium on this planet. At least not in ore veins. You can get it off of the stones, but you're not going to get, large amounts. And the organic crystals, well, you can make them here out of, I believe it's oil, water, and plastic? Yes, plastic, oil, water. 2 plastic, 1 oil, 1 water. I don't know if I set that up in this recording session. Do I set that up in this recording session? I might set up those factories. You know what? Yeah, I think I do, because I remember having a big stockpile of those before I actually started producing the titanium crystals, because I remember Thranks in one of his streams that was like forever ago now, he was really struggling with the organic crystals early on, so I was like, you know what, it would probably be a good idea to go ahead and get a stockpile of those going early. So I'm looking at water and I'm like, okay, the acid isn't using up all of the water that I'm producing by far, so I'm kind of thinking I might try to get the water off of that line and split it to go somewhere else, but I don't think I have room for a splitter there. So I'm kind of making some considerations here, like, okay, what can I do? What would be the best thing to do? And I'm also kind of watching the overall production in this area, and everything's running pretty smoothly, so I'm happy with that. I'm just looking at, like, man, how am I going to get that water line over there? Because I don't really want to produce more oil or water pumps. And it's like, there's not much of a gap between that chemical plant and the water pump there, so it's like, man, I don't know how I would do that, because I could take it through there, but it would disconnect the line feeding the chemical plants, right? Yeah, it would disconnect that line, so I can't really, those other lines are in the way, so I can't, like, pull it off to the south or down on the screen there. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I disconnect one of those water pumps, because it's only really using the production of like 1.5 of those to feed all 3 of those chemical plants that are making acid. But yeah, I can't remember if I try to do that or if I just say to hell with it and I put more water pumps down on the other side of the water. I honestly cannot remember at this point in time. I also have to consider that I have to take the plastic over to wherever I set these organic crystals up. So that's another thing that I have to remember. And okay, looks like I'm pretty much done with the titanium ingots. Yeah, those are done crafting now. So now I make the faster conveyor belts. So I'm looking at the thing and I'm like, okay, I need plastic, I need oil, I need water. Plastic's right here. I can take that somewhere. Water or oil isn't going to be that hard to go ahead and separate to get going over to the where I plan to put the organic crystal plants. The water, however, is going to be a little bit of an issue. I'm like, I don't know if I can get through there, and I want to bring it over to there, but whereas the oil, I can literally make a splitter on one of these bends, and it'll be super quick and simple. But yeah, I'm having some issues trying to figure out. I'm just going to put a splitter down there. But I'm having some issues figuring out exactly where I want to put get the water from. So I think I end up doing the oil first, followed by the plastic, and then I say to hell with trying to figure out the water over there. I'll just put some more water pumps down over here. But yeah, this is the area right here where I want to make these plants. So I believe we go ahead and do some cleanup here. So I will go ahead and skip all of this and see you guys when it is done. Alrighty, folks, so we have cleaned up this whole area, and as you can see, there was a crude oil seep node here, so if worse comes to worse, I could also produce some oil on this side of the water here, but that will not be necessary. I can tell you that for quite some time. But yeah, so let us go ahead and I believe I start the process of bringing plastic and oil and stuff over here in a bit here. What you doing, Fox? What you thinking about? What you talking about, man? Or maybe I'm just debating whether I should even bother trying to bring that oil over here, and whether or not I should just like go ahead and make an oil factory or refinery and all that stuff over here. And it looks like that's what I end up doing. I figure I might as well go ahead and exploit the oil that's over here. Makes sense to me. Okay, and I put that down because I'm trying to get rid of that, because I still kind of want to get my water to go through that really narrow gap, but I can tell you right now, Future Fox knows. It ain't happening, friendo. It ain't happening. Nope. Not a chance in hell. Not a snowball's chance in hell. Alright, so we got power over to the oil extractor. So now we just kind of have to pull out the crude oil and figure out where we want the refineries to go. And I already know from experience that that oil extractor can it can absolutely fuel like 7 oil refineries going. But I know that that's not really what I want to do over here. I don't want to make this a massive oil refining area. I really wanted this to be my area for putting down the chemical plants to make organic crystals. So that's kind of the purpose of it. And as such, I only put down, I think, 2 or 3 of these. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting on things to get crafted here. And I'm kind of debating what I want to do for storage, what I want to do for other things, because I'm going to be making a whole lot of hydrogen over here that I'm not going to be using, right? Because that's the oil refining process. You refine the crude oil into refined oil and hydrogen, and if there's nothing over there that needs hydrogen, I'm going to need a lot of storage for hydrogen. Like an absolute boatload of storage for it. And so I come over here to get some steel, presumably for buildings or foundations. It could be either. I really don't know. You know what? This might be the point in time where I go ahead and realize that liquid storage is a thing, and it's a thing that I should actually be using. This might be the time, shortly after I put down these oil refineries. I'm just kind of trying to figure out how I want to orient these things so that I can get all 3 of them down, and that works. Yeah, that works. And then we are going to run the outputs on the opposite side, of the belt that has the crude oil on it. So we take those as inputs, and then I need to put belts for output. And I forget exactly how I set this up initially. I've actually changed this area a couple times as I progressed through technology. Eventually I put down a mini particle collider in order to change some of this hydrogen into deuterium, and then I changed it around again because I ended up getting gas giant exploitation, so I was importing hydrogen from there down here. So yeah, several times I've changed the setup, and I don't really remember how I initially set it up. I don't think I made any massive changes to the setup, but I'm really not all that sure, to be perfectly honest. And that coal you see over there across the water, that's going to come in handy later when I have to expand my plastic production in order to keep making organic crystals. Oh, okay, so I think I'm talking about how I'm going to belt organic crystals or oil or hydrogen or whatever back to the main area. And I'm thinking this like shallow inland sea here, I'm going to have to pave over it in order to make kind of a production chain down this line. I wouldn't need to I wouldn't need to pave over it at all for just the conveyor belts, but for the if I'm going to turn it into a production area, I do kind of need to pave it a little bit. Just a little over 2 minutes left, and we will get back to live commentary here because I think I move. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if I checked OBS and was like, wait, why is my mic? Why do I always get tongue twisted trying to say this? I have no idea. I may have checked OBS and was like, why is my mic muted? And unmuted it. Or I may have like tried to elevate a belt or something to go over something again. I honestly don't know. I do not remember. But anyways, yeah, hopefully you guys have been enjoying the post commentary. I'm trying to do my best to make it interesting. It's not always as interesting as, you know, the live commentary because I don't have my actual in the moment thoughts, and some of the things that I'm saying don't necessarily match up with what's on screen, and some of the things on screen I don't understand as I'm doing this post commentary. So it's a little bit of an odd situation, but I'm trying to make the best of it, and I hope you guys understand. Hope you guys are enjoying that. Okay, so we're putting the hydrogen to the outermost belt and the refined oil to the innermost belt here in this situation, which I believe is the opposite of how I set it up on my other oil refinery. Okay, and then I just kind of take this off to the side, the hydrogen, I guess. Oh no, I just go ahead and put a I put a double stack Mark II storage there. Okay. And then I put Mark II sorters in there to try and keep that taking that stuff in at a high rate. Of course, I really I could just like put down like 3 Mark I sorters, and I know I'm never gonna extend that belt any further, so I can literally put that Tesla thing right there. It's real quick and easy. But yeah, about 20 seconds left until the live commentary comes back. So yeah, I will thank you guys for enduring the weird live commentary, post commentary switches, and all of that. And I will see you in just a little bit, guys, when I'll have to record some more post commentary. Till then, guys, take care.